Here, in strange communion, hippos attend the last feast of the crocodiles. A river in Africa. It's known as the Luvuvu, or Hippo River. And where land and river meet, there exists a rich concentration of animals. For countless years, this river has sustained life in the northern reaches of South Africa's Kruger National Park. When good rains have fallen, there is abundant water for all. But this year, little rain fell. The river dwindled to a narrow channel and finally stopped flowing. The pools that remain in the riverbed are life-sustaining oases. And this, which is one of the largest and deepest and has never been known to go dry, is a favorite refuge for hippos and crocodiles. For those who have to drink here each day, the challenge is to drink and survive. With over 60 crocodiles congregated here, caution becomes the first rule. Wise in the ways of the pool, oxpeckers on their floating islands drink safely. And these unpredictable giants don't seem to mind the few extra ounces of their company. But more extraordinary is this young crocodile, the smallest in the pool, who's become a regular passenger and is possibly safer basking on the surprisingly tolerant hippos than with its own kind. Wily baboons have another strategy. They dig pits at the pool's edge and drink the seepage water, rather than risk a croc attack. In contrast, this female impala is so stressed by thirst, she's beyond caution. Dazed and distracted, she finally drinks in the worst possible place. Crocs aren't the only problem here. These impala have run afoul of a white-crowned plover, whose eggs are in a depression in the sand. These birds only nest near water, and so when the river dries, the fringe of the pool becomes prime real estate. But it's also a busy and dangerous thoroughfare. Crocs come here regularly to bask. Crocodiles lumbering up the bank are a major hazard for the fragile eggs. But unlike the timid impala, the crocs ignore the bird's warning cries. Lucky this time, and she settles down again to brood. Hippos spend their nights grazing, often far from the pool. And by day, they too like to lie in the warm sun. A large, wet snout, applied with surprising gentleness, seems all that's needed to clear some space on the crowded beach. There's no hurry. We're all relaxed and easy here, and the great reptiles gradually respond to gentle nudges until all are accommodated to their liking. Another close call for the plovers as the crocodile returns to the pool. But it's all just part of the price for a good waterfront site. Hippos are a nuisance for the plovers. They don't leave much space between them. Fishing birds move in and find good pickings among the fish trapped in the shallows. The yellow-billed stork's juggling act is no game, but a way to tire the fish into relaxing its sharp, erected spines. Ooh. Crocs eat fish, too. They're also cunning thieves who deliberately harass the birds into dropping their fish. The herons must wet their catch before they can swallow it, and the crocs watch closely, waiting to move in and panic the bird at just the right moment. Sometimes these water birds appear to live a charmed life and to be mysteriously immune from attack by crocodiles. But bird and reptile understand each other well, and the crocs seem to know these birds are just too alert to be easily caught. But not all birds are crocodile smart.
National Geographic Special, The Last Feast of the Crocodiles, is sponsored in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield, who ask, what if you didn't have to worry about health care? And by Microsoft, where do you want to go today? And by MasterCard. MasterCard, it's smart money. And by the new Dodge, we're thinking ahead.
How can this be car of the year? You can't get up and walk around in a car. Cars don't have seats on rollers, or so many seats, period. Or so much space for so many things. And they certainly don't offer sliding doors on both sides. Well then, it would appear that for the first time ever, the Motor Trend Car of the Year is more than a car. It's a caravan from the new Dodge.
Bye-bye. Hey. Here you go. Oh, no.
The tamper-resistant signature panel, pioneered by MasterCard. It makes a stolen card practically worthless. MasterCard. It's smart money.
Amanda. What? True or false? Botticelli painted The Birth of Venus.
The lady in the clamshell painting, right?
Ooh, that is so cool. I'd go out with him if he were alive.
If he were alive, he wouldn't go out with you.
Look at this. Come here.
Oh my. What's this cool?
Dividing bacteria.
Cambodia
And varied chemical composition.
Some plants are actually carnivorous.
Did you just see that? Go away! Wait a minute. What if that's your older brother?
Who knows?
Kevin?
Last Last week, they finally got together.
Can't believe this is happening.
This week, they become more than friends.
Sweet mother of all that is good and pure.
And hold the phone! Monica's dating an older man.
James Bond.
More like Tom Selleck.
Oh.
Then Paula Abdul's on an all-new single guy. And get this, an all-new one-hour Seinfeld. Jerry visits his folks in Florida.
I'm a good son. Whenever Jerry comes, something exciting happens.
An all-new one-hour Seinfeld, plus an all-new ER, NBC Thursday.
Green pigeons don't often drink. Usually they get enough moisture from the fruits they eat. But in the heat of this dry year, the birds are forced to come to water, and they're innocent of any danger. The sight of crocodiles spinning in a feeding frenzy is enough to frighten most animals away. But as the crocs tear apart an Inyala bull, something amazing happens. A hippo moves in and begins to mouth and lick the bodies of the feeding crocs. Hippos are strictly vegetarian. She hasn't come for a share of the spoils. Why she intrudes in this way is a mystery. She is more powerful than the crocs, and her dominance over them is absolute. She prods and licks the face of the biggest croc in the pool, even as it struggles to swallow the skull of the antelope. And then, as if her curiosity has been satisfied, she loses interest and leaves the crocs to their feast. Elephants don't have to worry about crocodiles when they drink, but they still prefer the cleaner water in the pits and vigorously dig them out. In the river bank near the pool, a large colony of nesting bee-eaters are feeding their young. They must forage continually in the hot sun to satisfy their needs. To cool off, every afternoon they fly over the pool and dive for their drinks. For some of the crocs, this is the signal to take up positions. The odds are heavily in favor of the bee-eaters, and most survive the croc strikes. A thirsty lioness comes to water. She tries a pit, but finds it full of bees. She decides to risk the pool. In heat like this, the bees need water too. Lions can go without water for a long time, but this one is a nursing mother. She must drink. Maybe the bee pit isn't so bad after all. The monitor lizard is the scourge of both ground-nesting birds and the egg-laying crocodiles. It's a voracious predator, particularly partial to eggs. And the feisty plover immediately declares war. During the heat of the day, the sand becomes unbearably hot and burns the skin between the impala's hooves. For the plovers on their nest, this is when easy access to water pays off. The bird is soaking its breast feathers until they are weighted with water. It then hurries up the scorching sand to relieve its mate. The plovers are brooding on sand that feels hot enough to fry an egg, and by midday they are changing guard at the nest every 10 minutes. Without the constant protection of their cool, wet feathers, the eggs could not survive the heat. The sand is so hot, it's a wonder she doesn't fly down. These buffalo have just one thing in mind. Their usual watering places are dry now, and they've had a long, hot journey to get here. One of the calves strikes out on its own and is soon in dangerous company. But these aren't the biggest crocs in the pool, and the lucky calf quickly returns to the herd. Croc's intentions are clear enough, but before they can find a small enough victim, the buffalo decide it's time to leave. An irritated hippo helps them on their way. The drought and heat are now so severe that some animals with small young cannot supply enough milk, and thirsty youngsters follow their mothers to water before they're weaned, all wise enough to know how to drink. In an instant, both Croc and Fawn vanish into the pool, leaving behind a bewildered mother. Somewhere under the surface of the pool, the crocodile lies low with its prey, waiting for an opportune moment to eat without having to share.
What if my kids need shots?
What if I get transferred to another city?
What if I need to lose some weight?
What if I need an x-ray?
What if I need a new doctor? What if my baby comes early?
What if I need blood?
What if I break my arm?
What if there were a healthcare organization with such innovative solutions to what you might need tomorrow that all you'd have to do is enjoy today?
What if my brother makes me eat a bug?
What if you didn't have to worry about healthcare? Blue Cross, Blue Shield.
Dodge Intrepid has more available power than Camry, more available safety features than Accord. It's rated less expensive to maintain than Bonneville, and its cab-forward interior is bigger than Taurus's. So it's no surprise that Intrepid's resale value is higher than all of the above. Or should I say, all of the below. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
Now get 1.9% financing, $1,000 cash savings, or a low lease rate.
You're watching the National Geographic special, Last Feast of the Crocodiles on NBC.
Meet nature's most destructive force. A spectacular look at National Geographic's Cyclones, 8/7 Central, NBC Saturday.
Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Akeem Olajuwon. They'll all be there in prime time. The NBA All-Star Game, Sunday at 6 Eastern on NBC.
Buy a selected mattress set at Factory Sleep Shop and receive a $50 savings bond free. This free bond offer ends February 29th at Factory Sleep Shop.
Fact. Today's college graduate will have 4 careers. Each day, 10,000 baby boomers turn 50. Ketchup is being outsold by salsa. Your whole world is changing. And while a lot of banks haven't woken up to that fact, one has. Key. We have investment management for the little guy. Fast business banking even on weekends. Teller machines that pay you for using them. And a commitment to keep up with America's changes. Key. For a new America.
What makes a fine restaurant?
It's a personal thing with us, the restaurant business. My family and I have been doing this for 20 years. We give people great service here. We serve them good food, and we give them a nice place to eat their dinner in. It's simple. That's why we're successful.
Ristorante Lombardo on Hurdle in Buffalo.
What is tabloid? It's telling the truth about Hollywood. It's investigations that keep the big shots honest. It's fearless reporting by television's boldest reporters. That's tabloid. And we invented it. A current affair.
Weekdays at 5:30 on NBC2. Tops never stops, saving you more.
The most carefree creature in the pool is this baby hippo. She frolics around her mother in that special state that belongs to all young things. She is oblivious to the dangers in her world. pool is steadily shrinking and is already too small for so many animals. But the hippos can't settle fights caused by overcrowding. There is no place else to go. As usual now, the hippos subside in an uneasy truce. Subdued by the day's heat and temporarily at peace, the baboons relax around the pool. His peace is shattered by a familiar cry of outrage. He's innocent, but he's too close to the nest, and the plover has a good eye for trouble. And young male baboons are especially targeted. A sudden spat between rival crocs sends a ripple of panic through the pool. It's small wonder that the plovers are having trouble. A fresh track shows that a crocodile plowed right over their eggs. This is their third nest of the season that's been lost to the crocodiles. Starting again from scratch, the plovers perform the ritual of selecting a site for a new nest. The baby hippo is exploring her world. The restraint of the crocodile seems out of character. But with 2 tons of devoted mother nearby, she's free to treat crocodiles with the same bold familiarity as the adult hippos do. These great artists of violence are obliged to hold a kindly pose as the hippo child wanders in her playground of gently smiling dragons and slobbers on their tails. A yellow-billed kite checks the pool for an easy meal and sights a dead fish. The surrounding land is parched and bare, and each night the hippos must trek for miles to find grazing. Other animals wander in the riverbed in search of the few remaining pools. But most now are little more than reeking mud wallows, full of dead and dying fish. Even so, the impala would drink here, but the pool is dominated by a single croc, the last of a group of more than 40 that were here a month ago. The monkeys won't risk it and drink instead in deep footprints. The fawn's attempt to drink is a small disaster. Now it's covered with stinking mud. The mother sniffs her offspring, but doesn't recognize it in this foul disguise. The crocodile that has held back the drinkers suddenly leaves. Perhaps there is no future for it in this tiny pool. The mother has made up her mind. This is not the sweet-smelling youngster she came with. But the fawn knows better. The little impala is persistent. Soon the mud will wear off, and the mother will again accept her.
$374-90042. Account code.
963-400.
Fax.
69736.
Cellular.
889-26801.
Since the last thing you need is one more number to remember, MasterCard is developing the single-digit PIN code. Someday, a computer chip in your card will recognize your unique mark, so your personal identification code is personal. It's how the future will be paid for. MasterCard. It's smart money.
What if?
What if I get transferred?
What if something unexpected happens?
What if I need a physical? What if we have a kid?
Kid?
What if I bite someone? What if I need help in 5 years?
10 years?
15 years?
What if I need a cost-effective HMO someday?
What if I get some rare disease?
Polyneuropmyositis.
What if I need a new heart? What if things change?
What if something happens to my hands?
What if I need a prescription?
What if I spontaneously combust?
What if I get sick when I'm away on business?
I get stuck this way?
What if I get a nickel stuck up my nose?
What if something happens while we're on vacation?
What if there were a healthcare organization that thought about all the what-ifs ahead of time with such innovative solutions to what you might need tomorrow that all you'd have to do is enjoy today?
What if my face really does stay this way?
What if you didn't have to worry about healthcare? Blue Cross, Blue Shield.
Hi, sweetie. What are you doing?
Playing the magic school bus.
Oh. Who is that?
That's Miss Rizzo. Now we're going underwater. Look out far.
Giant kelp grows as fast as 1 foot in a day.
You know, pull it down, you make different sounds of animals, like the dolphin. You just put your hand on it and click that thing. Hit the fish right there.
Oh, I see.
An incredible true story of survival. Lost. Frozen. Alive. All new Unsolved Mysteries, NBC Friday.
The crocodile reappears, covered in fresh red earth. She thrusts her head into the mud and swings it from side to side. At first, her peculiar behavior is a puzzle. And then, her secret is revealed as her muddy jaws open gently to release the newly hatched babies she has carried down from her nest on the riverbank. This is the reason she has remained in the pool so long. She would never desert her young. She is their only protection. But between predators and the thick mud, there is no chance for the little crocs. And all will die within an hour. For 9 months, little rain has fallen. And the animals risk death for water. The hippo's calm is disturbed by the violent arrival of the croc's latest victim. For this one, there will be no lucky escape. The baby hippo is already wedged deep among crocs, close to the impala carcass and the biggest crocs in the pool. The mother then does a strange thing. Rousing herself to investigate the scene, she pushes her baby almost onto the impala and then retreats, leaving her calf between these jaws and the meal. The mother's presence is enough to ensure her safety, though baby seems less certain. But the mother knows they wouldn't dare, and she drifts back into the secure slumbers of the strong. The pool has become so dangerous that most animals prefer to drink from the pits. But a fierce comedy of survival results when so many are desperate for water. Large male baboons commandeer the pits and drink every mouthful of water that seeps in. scare off most animals, but sharp horns have the advantage, and the baboon reluctantly gives way. Competition at the pits is so fierce that those that can't cope with a big baboon have to take their chances at the pool. A nursing mother must have water, but she takes a terrible risk to get it. The mother has torn herself free. But the baboons can see that another croc has her baby. The croc will lose its prize to the others unless it leaves the pool. But when it does, a big baboon is waiting. The croc drops the baby. But the brave rescue is too late. The drought continues. It has become the worst in living memory. The pool has dwindled to a mud wallow, and many of the hippos have left on a final quest for water. But for an increasing crowd of animals, their only chance of salvation lies here. For the plovers, no eggs have survived these cruel and chaotic conditions. Every day, an assembly of desperate animals gathers around the pool. The mother is brave, but the life and death struggle is between these two. If baboons have nightmares, this is surely one of them. Torn between terror and wanting to help, the mother is unable to rally any support. She has escaped with muddy legs, a sore face, and possibly a haunting memory. Right now, she needs some hands-on grooming, but there is none to be had. Just a curious stare. When everything seems to have reached the end of endurance, the sky fills with clouds, and relief seems at hand. The spell of the drought is broken. The crocs return to life and begin immediately to devour the ripe remains of some old feast that was locked in the mud. But the rain was just a fleeting reminder of better times. It does not break the drought. The withering heat returns and draws all remaining moisture from the pool. The last hippo has moved on and will probably die in a hopeless search for water. Only one old crocodile is left. He was the largest, the dominant croc. He shows no signs of leaving. He remains in his empty pool like a stranded nightmare. The other crocs have taken shelter from the scorching sun and the vegetation around the pool. They lie motionless in the shade, surviving on their last reserves.
It's about change. About breaking rules and making new rules. About building machines more in harmony with humanity. It's about questioning everything. It's about change. The new Dodge.
You're watching the National Geographic special, Last Feast of the Crocodiles on NBC.
Ripped from the headlines. Nerve gas in crowded subways. 2 cities, 2 attacks.
It's the same guy!
It's the cats of two great shows, together starting on Law & Order.
You violated a defendant's constitutional rights.
The story ends on Homicide.
You can't stop anything.
Law & Order and Homicide, together, NBC tonight.
It's midnight. My family's asleep getting their rest, but me, I'm in pain and I'm wide awake. I felt a little uneasy about taking something. You know, what I feel like myself in the morning. But then I tried Tylenol PM. It stops my pain, it helps me sleep, so next morning I'm still up before them. Hey, sleepyhead.
Sweetheart.
Feeling rested, feeling good, like myself.
Rest easy. It's Tylenol PM. Now also available in easy-to-swallow gel tabs.
I think homeopathy has a place.
Does your doctor really know what's best? Is modern medicine the road to recovery? Or are secrets from the past paving the way to the next century?
Acupuncture and chiropractic in particular, I think, have moved very much toward the mainstream.
This is exactly what I was looking for.
Acupuncture, aromatherapy, alternative medicine. Find out if this is the best medicine to help you heal thyself. Get the facts tonight, only on Channel 2 News at 11.
Extreme cold. It can change the state of your motor oil, causing it to flow too slowly, keeping it from reaching vital engine parts in time. Fortunately, there's Quaker State motor oil, proven to exceed the highest standards car makers have established for engine protection. Quaker State. What's the state of your motor oil when you're out in the cold? Quaker State exceeds the highest standards for engine protection.
Might be dodging a few drops and flakes tomorrow, but the temperatures are okay. See you at 11.
Six weeks later, in the center of the pool, at the place where the water was deepest, lies the skeleton of the big male croc, dominant to the end. Close by are the bodies of more than 30 baboons who succumbed when temperatures reached nearly 120 degrees. And in the surrounding bush, where they had sheltered from the sun, are the desiccated remains of the crocodiles. But there are survivors. In holes dug deep into the riverbanks, there are a few crocs. Entombed in the cool dark, they're able to conserve moisture and wait for the return of their river. For someday, beyond the distant hills, where the weather is made, it will rain again. And the end of the drought will come trickling down the riverbed. No wild calls will welcome this sight. But as the river surges and flows deep enough to swim in, who is to say that the crocodiles won't rejoice and the birds won't revel in that first flooding? In nature, there are few happy endings. Instead, there is a continuing. When the river returns, survivors will replenish its banks, and the great cycle of life and renewal will begin again.